What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We are going to talk a little bit about the Mios, the new infested blade and whip that we introduced. Just going to give you my thoughts and impressions a little bit about the weapon, so to speak. I am currently just having some fun inside of Dark Sector Defense, because it's the weekend with all the extra bonus in terms of resources, double the resources and whatnot. So I'm just running around the map, doing different things, getting different resources, trying to get as much as I can. But in the meantime, so the infested blade and whip, this thing is actually pretty cool looking. It has a lot of different features to it, which make it fun in whether you're actually having just as the holstered melee and use it when you need to, or as an actually equipped melee. It plays differently depending upon which way you have it equipped. So if you just have it as your melee weapon, as a secondary type of thing, it's not actually fully equipped, then you're going to actually be using the blade portion of it. And the blade portion does have a nice charge to it that when you hold the button down and you charge it, it basically slashes forward or thrusts forward with it, which is pretty cool. And I definitely like that. The slam attack seems to be pretty nice. It seems to have a decent range on the slam attack as well, just on both sides, depending on how you do it. When you fully equip the melee weapon, to actually being the primary, then you can actually use the whip portion of it. And the whip portion is pretty cool as well, where holding down the key, like the charge key or the melee key, I should say, will actually whip it out, grabbing and ragdolling different enemies, similar to a ripline type of thing where it grabs and pulls it back. Sometimes it seems to work well, sometimes it doesn't seem to work well. All depends on the situation. If I can utilize the charge, if you will, when I've got heavier level enemies in front of me, and I've got a small group of them, together, that's when it comes in pretty well, because you can ragdoll a small group of them. I don't know how many, but you can get just a few in there to hit multiple enemies when you're doing it. Otherwise, you're just going to be whipping them a lot, and it is definitely fun. You do have to remember, though, as a whip, that it's not going to essentially always hit things directly in front of you. You may need a couple of feet, if you will, away for it to actually hit, so keep that in mind. The defiled Snapdragon stance, which I know I talked about before, that you can get, is not necessarily needed in terms of if you're going to use them. The weapon as blade style, as a secondary type of thing, versus if you're going to use it fully as a straight up melee whip style. You can, of course, get that stance, as I've said in the past, dropped by the Scorpions. It is a rare stance. Good luck farming it. But overall, I definitely like the weapon. Blade and whip is different. It's got a really good slash damage. It's got high status chance, so if you're a status builder, I love to put in status chance, so if you're a status builder, this will work out well. And you really only need to get over just over 50% status chance for the stat proc almost all the time. If you want to go with critical chance, it's got a nice size critical chance on it. It's got decent damage, so there's a lot of different ways you could put the weapon together to base it on your playstyle, which really makes it nice. That there's really no wrong way to put it together depending upon how you play. So I do like that aspect of it. It is either you're gonna buy it in the marketplace for platinum, or you're gonna research it. Okay. Some of the prerequisite for the research in the biolab is to have built the Skoldiak whip, of course, in the biolab already. But other than that, you've got your standards, credits, and mutagen, plastids, nanospores, polymer bundle, and of course it's all going to be calculated based off the size of the clan. So it is what it is. But I do like the weapon. In terms of the double style weapons, I think it's unique. I think it's cool, kind of like the Silver Aegis. I personally, instead of the blade and whip combo, which I do like this, I think for me, I actually prefer the Redeemer. That's just my style, the blade and gun. I like that one over this one. But this one's fun, and I'm going to still play around with it a little bit more to tweak my setup. But I do have a in terms of status change, well, I should say, in terms of elements, I'm running corrosive and heat, which I do like that combo generally, all around. Depending upon how I put it together is depending upon which frame I'm using, because different frames do different things. So I've built it slightly different when I was playing it with Saren than when I'm playing it with, say, Frost or a different melee, because of course we know Saren's stuff. She utilizes, she can use her toxin and integrate it with whatever element is on your melee weapon, if you're in toxic flash, that type of thing. So that's pretty cool too. So if you want to think about how you do that, overall, good weapon. I like it. Definitely get a build. Definitely play around with it. Like I said, it's going to fit your style because there's a ton of different ways you can put it together, and so you really can't go wrong with it. So go out there and enjoy it. I'll catch you guys in future episodes. Until then, thanks for watching. See you.